Shit. Peace, family. Peace. Peace to the family. Peace to the family. Everybody tapping in. Everybody that's tapping in. Much love. Much gratitude. We up right now in the Wiccan, nearing the Wiccan hours. You know, we finna talk a little bit about, who Yacuub is, right? You know, who are these beings that are, here galvanizing the planet? Who are these deities, right? Who are they and what are their connections to everything, that's going on in the world that you see and things that you can't see, right? Because you get into a state of consciousness, but before you're in a state of unawareness, right? So you're in a state of fearing the unknown, right? In the process of ascension and evolution and elevation, which in terms you have to internally go within yourself, find knowledge of self, and it starts from the root. It starts with the knowledge foundation. So with all this being said, I just want to get the vibrations, right for one. Peace and much love to everybody who tapping in right now, who joined in. How is everybody doing? Let's start it off like that first. I want to know how the tribe is feeling, with the vibrations hitting on. Y'all know how, we got to actually get these kind of vibrations in alignment because everything, we're just flowing, family. We're just flowing. But we do have a couple of topics though, right? So I just want to pretty much get some overstandings, you know what I'm saying? Get some overstandings and some, some exposure on these beings, these cherubim, fallen angels, these fallen deities, from the 19th galaxy, right? These beings that went against the order of the Most High, in the heavens, right? In the 19th galaxy, Elihum, right? Planet Risk. So these same beings, like this being right here that's on the screen, the scientist Yacuub, if you've actually done research on this being Jacob or Yacuub or Enlil or Prometheus or Zeus or Nebeli or Odin, winds, we could keep going on forever, right? But once you get to the inception point of many lifetimes, many names, and same intention, he's on the negative polarity and as far as the dual polarity, as far as the duality goes, as far as the dual verse, as far as vibrations, this being right here is in his lower form. He's a 9-ether mixed reptilian with mixed with Anunnaki as well, the Elohim, right? So this is family, this is these beings that are here that are the original, black nobility, your black nobility that you have, these draconian reptilians, like I said, the fallen ones. These beings are, the fallen angels themselves, are family, but they're, like I said, they're falling, they ops, they're ops. A op is a op. You feel me? Like, that's just how it is right now. But we want to put light on these situations because we still have a lot of confusion. I feel like there's still a lot of confusion on these sort of topics. But it's like if you're looking at things from a third dimensional perspective or state of consciousness is always going to be, hard to really, look at it from a higher perspective, or thinking about it from a inner perspective, which is going to be a higher perspective, right? So, who is Yacuub, right? Why did he do? Why is he jealous, right? Because, like I said, now we're getting more into this war has been going on for eons, for trillions of years. This is a family war between the Melanites, right? The Negroids on this planet, on this realm, in this dimension in particular. You have Enlil and Enki. These stories of these ancient gods, that essentially, were sent here on the missions for excavation, and they were supposed to be creating, but it's so many different stories, right? But once you get into the actual story of Yacuub and, the Enlil, and he has so many different stories, right? But it's still some links, and connections to how a person actually, like you can tell when if a God is in his actual higher self or not, because a God, acts in a omnipotent, kind of way. He loves, he doesn't want to see his creations destroyed. He doesn't want to see them in fear, and and all these different tactics, that essentially are going to have a person in their lowest state of being, so disconnected as well, right? To the point to where you have these gods thinking, that there's only one God, so they're automatically looking for exterior validation for everything, right? So that's how you usurp, and that's how you strip someone away of their sovereign capacity, as far as the God minds being not non-active or dormant DEA through light code lockdowns in a quantum computer generated simulated reality, right? That Yacuub created, as with other extraterrestrial beings like Ashtar Command, right? You have different beings that are here in amalgamation to the deep state order, of the cabal of the Majestic 12 on Sheshki, or their mothership Titan, or their mothership, which is the moon, right? That's in our solar system right now, right? This shit gets pretty deep, but it's all essentially pointing towards the same goal at hand, as far as us rising above all this oppression, right? As a collective, because we could get too deep in division, even still within the spiritual community, even though that's not the intention of anybody, I know that, but we still have an ultimate goal, and that's really to just rise above all the bullshit, for real, just really activating the heart chakra, tapping into our mysticism, back to our metaphysical selves, and just flowing, tapping back in with our higher selves, doing the spiritual work, doing the constant shadow work. This is a way of life. This is actually a vibration that that you exist in, that you become, that you encompass, right? That's why if you're not becoming self aware, or if you're not trying to master self and the energy vibration frequencies of self in resonance, and if you're not doing these things, just trying to become a better version of yourself is kind of going to be hard to ascend in these times, because Now is a time of ascension, right? We have planetary alignments. We have celestial alignments happening, right? And beings like this being that's on the screen right now, Yacuub, never wanted us to rise, right? You know what I'm saying? We have ops, right? I have an op. This is an op, family. You hear me? This is an op. The biggest one, right? Are you understanding? Like, understand and overstand that we really have been at war. We have always been at war. You know, people didn't come over here to the Americas and just enslave us, or we didn't come from Africa. Are you understanding? This is the motherland. Ancient Egypt is what they call it, but it's ancient Kemet, ancient Kemet, right? Tamarika, right? This is the realm of Atlantis at the end of the day, though. Like I said, there's no division between all of us, family. We are all melanated beings, right? But you have to understand that all skin folk ain't kinfolk, right? Understand these things. Use your discernment, right? We're going to use you. That comes with being balanced. That comes with the hermetic laws. That comes with the laws of the universe, right? The laws of Mayat, right? Just when you understand and study these laws, the detachment, correspondence, polarity, gender, divine oneness, you know, all the different laws that you have to cause and effect, right? Just, it's okay, you know, to take your time with this shit, though, right? Because knowledge and information is light, right? It's light, and it's light codes being transmuted, right, through the ethers. However you get your information, whether it be, you know, you literally getting a download from a meditative state, or, you know, you could be sun gazing, right? Or you could literally be in a form of, you know, projection, or where you go to the actual astral realms, the astral planes, the ancestral planes, the quantum realms, and you actually are bringing back this information, you know, in actual, you know, time. They call it time traveling, but for us, this is normal, right? For the Elohim, right? For the Neteru, for the gods, right? This is normal for us. You know, nothing is new under the sun, right? Is what these are the things that are being said, you know, but like I said, once you use your discernment, right, you have to always bring it back to the balance. Stay balanced with all of the information. Everything that you receive through these internal light code activated transmissions. But family, I want to know how y'all doing, man. Like, let's talk about Hallel, right? Let's talk about Shaitan or Satan. Let's talk about how these beings on this third dimensional physical plane of existence are here galvanizing people through fear tactics, through blood sacrifice, through usurpation mechanisms, through sovereign and loosh as well, loosh extraction, right? When it in terms of loosh being your energetic loosh, which is a part of your electromagnetic field, right? It's about the energy that these beings that are in higher dimensions, these demons, right? These demonic forces sucking on your energy, right? Let's talk about biochemical warfare. Let's talk about all these, like, and this person that's on the screen, right? Yacuub, keep in mind everything that I'm saying, as far as if you want to look at it as far as the trauma or an attack, detriment, deception, just an oppressive force by nature, right? This being right here, the scientist Yacuub, right? Big headed scientist, big headed ass scientist, right? Right? And not to, at this point, not to bash on big heads, but at some point, you gotta be balanced, even with that big ass head. Because you have to understand Yacuub's whole, or Yahweh's whole ordeal was the fact that he wanted the XX, he wanted the power to reside in the XY genes instead of the XX genes, right? The XX chromosome is the goddess divine feminine creator gene, right? The XY is the masculine, right? So this being right here, right, the jealous God of the Bible, right? He had a problem with, the power being like, he wanted the power to just be completely all in the gods, right? Because we're talking about trillions. This is trillions of years of information and knowledge, right? This shit is old. We've been battling our family in the vast multiverse for eons, right? Are you understanding? Right? Yacuub, Jacob, Ashe, right? But yeah, yeah, it comes. He hated himself, right? Somebody saying the yeah, yeah, it comes. He hated himself, right? Somebody saying in the comments he hated himself, but it's more of a, like, that's just a self-reflecting thing, Even when you're in your higher state of consciousness, you're just at a certain vibration, so whatever vibration he was at, it was a form of imbalancement, and it was unnatural. That's what we do know, because this whole ongoing war in the that's why we have these federations now, right? Because now we live in a duoverse, as far as this particular realm and things of that nature, in terms of us being in a state of desolation, entropy, disintegration, and a form of lower vibrations, right? A falling frequency, right? You understanding? So, like, like I said, family, this is a family feud, right? As above, so below, right? You understanding? Because if there's a war in the heavens between the melanated beings, and you look around and see on this planet, Kai, Tiamat, or Tiwawat, right? Gaia, Mother Gaia, you see the same thing down here, right? So there's no coincidence that, that these kind of experiences are working in tandem with what's going on in the spiritual planes as well. Because whatever happens in the spiritual planes are what these physicians, whatever they call themselves, these scientists call themselves, right? They call it the quantum realms, right? So the quantum realm galvanizes the physical plane, right? That's why Nikola Tesla mentioned, if you understand the power of 3, 6, and 9, you have the keys to the universe, right? You understanding? Nikola Tesla was a being from another planet, right? Literally, family. Like, that's why I'm telling you, it's not about race. This is not a race war. It's all about vibrations. And this being right here is all for fucking up our vibrations, right? Keeping us in a form of enslavement inside of a prison planet, right? All because he couldn't get what he wanted. all because he couldn't have his way, right? All because he wanted men to be more powerful than women, right? Family, take a look at patriarchy. Is it not the same thing? Are you understanding? No, real talk. Family. It's the same, it's the same thing. It's the same form of manipulation. I mean, just it's encoded a little differently for every reality, right? But once you get to a point to where you can decipher and you can deviate away from, what illusion is and the projection perception theory, and you just become the ultimate observer, to where you can control and mentally and alchemically control your cipher from within and without, right? I'm telling you, like, being balanced and being in alignment with self, having knowledge of self, doing the spiritual work, it helps, family. It's no reason why, as a collective, we shouldn't be able to easily just start, just taking our shit back. I mean, and I just mean patience, right? Because I've had a revelation that patience it has nothing to do with time, right? You understanding? It's also another form of it's another form of energy, another form of transmutative, energies that you encompass, that you become, because we live in dimensions where time is dense and time is slow. So their perception of time and patience, it works in alignment with, and it works in symbiotic connection with their laws, right? It's unnatural to us. So our patience, we rock patience out in a whole different way. Like, we've been really patient, right? All this knowledge we've been spreading in the past 2 years on TikTok alone as a collective, right? We all been, and for the people who've been spreading knowledge for a lot longer, right? We've been real patient with these beings, right? Like Yacuub right here. We've been real patient, right? We've been really, really patient with these beings, because once you get to the inception point of, self-realization and self-awareness, you're like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? This shit ain't, this weak world, this weak ass matrix, this shit is not for us, right? You really get to a point where you're like, Earth is ghetto. You know what I'm saying? Like, you really just be, wanting to not necessarily transcend the realm as far as looking at it from a death, but I'm talking about as far as an ego death, right? You want to have a mental rebirth, right? You want to ascend, and you want to elevate your consciousness. You want to deter and learn the law of detachment, and you want to become one with self and everything around self, because, like, God, you have to find that God, that Christ-like Christos energy, within you. Open up your pineal gland, do the actual work, do the shadow work, learn self, study, research, breathe, eat, sleep, fast, detox, cleanse, meditate, just connect and spread and love, and just activate your whole entire endocrine system, right? Activate the 7 cortex systems inside of your body, because it's a planetary alignment right now. And the planet also has cortex systems, right? The planet Tiamat, this celestial, heavenly, beautiful being that we all live inside of, right? This is a woman. This is divine feminine, adoration at its finest, goddesses. Peace to all the goddesses in the chat. Peace to all the gods as well. Peace to all the high vibrational, beings that are here right now, listening, vibrating on this frequency, because we have entered the golden age, family. We have officially left, the iron cycle, the Kali Yuga cycle. We are entering. We are in Aquarius. You know, Pluto's entering Aquarius soon as well, right? All these things are in alignment. Like I said, this is cosmic. This is cosmic. You know, cosmic intervention right now. This is all being this is all being done in the form of higher dimensions, right? You know, even when you're looking at it from a matrix point of view, like the matrix is being galvanized from the fourth dimension, right? So by these archonic figures, right? By the reptilians, by the Pleiadians, by the Rumardians, who are the Greys, right? And you have all kind of different extraterrestrial life, you know, and they're here as a part of, you know, Enlil or Yacuub's, you know, it's part of his game. You know, it's just a part of his simulation. Him and the other fallen angels, right? The Nephilim, right? The fallen Anunnaki, right? The fallen Anunnaki, right? You understanding, family? Yeah, you know, tap in. You know, we tapping in. Get the holy tablets. You know, read the holy tablets. Peace to the Grand Master Teacher. You know, Dr. Malachi York L. Peace and much love to every teacher. You know, every student teacher, every Grand Master Teacher. You know, every Ascendant Master. Everybody who's looking, you know, and who's seeking knowledge and, you know, just wanting to literally elevate and not wanting literally becoming that, you know, taking manifestation and literally using it as a power, a superpower, you know, because like I said, we have been disconnected from our metaphysical abilities, you know, intuition, psychometry, telepathy, you know, the fact that we can alchemically, which is mentally, transmute any element, you know, in our in the existence of the universe, of the vast universe, right? And the fact that we're able to transmutate just means that we're able to change our composition. That's what allows us to be able to be in these bodies right now, right? You know, because energy is you can't destroy it, right? You can't add to it or you can't take away from it, right? That's also a galactic law. That's a law of the universe as well. So no, we're not reading the Bible. Not in a as far as I'm going to sit here and venerate it. You know, I look at the Bible as a metaphysical codex, you know. I read in between the lines. You feel me? It's not meant to be taken literal. Religion, the whole religion is a spell in itself. You know, the sleep is conducive, and it's conducive to the sleep spell of Kingu, which is the sleep spell of the moon, right? Kingu used to be called this moon, or the old moon that we just had in our atmosphere. It used to be called Kingu a long time ago, right? You understanding? So now we're at a point where ascension is inevitable. You have been experiencing ascension symptoms, family, all of us. It could be the smallest thing to your nose itching, you know, for you having a cough or you becoming sick all of a sudden. You have being hot, you know, it's different for goddesses and it's different for gods, but we have all been in the form of recrystallization. We have all been in the form of terraforming, right? Because the planet is also being terraformed, right? Okay, so you have solar emissions, right? Hitting the planet. Is going through the magnetosphere. These ultraviolet radiations. You can look this up for yourself as well, family. I'm not just making this shit up. You know, you have these, and they're called cosmic goddess rays. I can't make this up, right? But these powerful, immense energies are hitting the planet. You know, they're being emitted from our sun, and like I said, that's why we've been having all these storms, right? This storm was this geomagnetic storm, this polar ice storm that has just hit the U.S. it's all conducive. It's this storm was going to bring heat and ice, right? Because like I said, this is being done from a higher dimension. This is being done by cosmic forces. This isn't anything of the third dimension, like that shit. Leave the third dimension where the only beings on in the vast universe. Leave that shit alone. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to get away from being at a low vibration like that as far as thinking, because goddamn, right? Because it's just no way that nothing makes sense for real when you really start doing your research, when the Kundalini really rises within you and you really find esoteric knowledge, and you really tap into the old ancient mysticism, tapping into self, essentially. Just even you just simply meditating, reading one damn book, you know what I'm saying, can open your perspective, to some real shit, and it's gonna resonate more than anything, right? Dog. Now let me tap in with y'all with what makes his head so big. It was a genetic defect. It was a genetic defect, at least in this particular vessel, right? Because we are Ethereans at the end of the day, right? We are just energy, right? We are 9 ether gases, 9 ether beings, right? Exon, radon, argon, krypton, helium, nitrogen, oxygen, and I might have missed one, but the periodic table, the 9 noble gases. So with all a different atomic structured numbers, that's conducive to that particular energy and where it's at as far as where its ranking system is, that's conducive to that particular energy and where it's at as far as where its ranking system is, how state of being, right? It starts, like I said, everything starts in the mental planes. The universe is 90% mental, 10% physical, right? So that's why you can only see 10%, or you can only quote unquote use 10% of your brain, right? Right? You understanding? They said that you can only use 10% of your brain, and that's not even true, right? And that's only them really meaning you can only see 10% of the electromagnetic spectrum, right? That's all they mean, because, like I said, these beings that are on the moon, these are advanced extraterrestrial beings, that are way more, advanced. Like I said, they understand sound, frequency, vibration. They understand how to manipulate, they understand the law of transmutation and things like that. So, they understand magic, essentially, right? So, man, I'm just reading the comments real fast, just tapping in with the people. She said he was comments real fast, just tapping in with the people. She said he was to all the 9 ether beings, man. We up in the waking hours, right? We're up getting these downloads from the spirit guides. We're up being guided, and we're loving the vibration right now, family. We're loving the vibration. Everything's flowing. Everybody is flowing like water, as we should, So like I said, peace to all my goddesses and all my gods, man. We just kicking it right now, just kind of talking about Yacuub and what he got going on, right? This is the being who grafted mankind, right? Mankind, the 6 ether beings, right? Like I said, he just kind of came up with this is what he had to do. He had to split, it's called the black and the brown germ cell, right? He split those cells in half. He split those cells apart from each other, and it created the 6 ether, it created the 6 ether gene, So, like I said, it's all through, he grafted mankind through genetic mutation, genetic defects, and then he, started doing additives, right? He started adding and genetically splicing, mankind, which is a human, which is a form of man, which is a type of man, not the original man, right? Like this big head motherfucker right here, family. This is who I'm talking about, family, right? So understand, use your discernment right now. This is Yacuub. This is Enlil. This is the personification of your God of Saturn, your God of the Bible. Jesus. This is the Jesus character essentially that people are talking about, right? Like no cap. You know what I'm saying? This big head motherfucker right here. This is who y'all pray to essentially. If you're religious, this is your God. This is your God, family. This is essentially your God, right? Just in a different story, just in a different limelight, right? Because like I said, once you wake up and understand many times, many names, then just, it's easy to discern from there, right? But this is your God of the Bible. This is the man who created, right? Created mankind, grafted them from had and it wasn't even honestly just him, because like I said, a god is fallen goddesses as well, like Lilith, like everybody had a certain central role, but like I said, this is your personification of the head, right? This is the head, right? This is the black hand, the unseen hand, right? With a big ass head. You understanding? Right? Because in all literature, throughout throughout time, every time period, you have similar stories, right? Like the story of the biblical stories, the modern day biblical stories, right? They were literally similar, and they were taken from ancient Kemetic stories, right? Like the Osiris, Horus, and Isis story, right? So it's like, you feel me? Jesus, Zeus, Enlil, Jacob, Yacuub, Ashe. Your family. Yeah, he separated the germs, right? Hey family, we love the elaborations, right? If it's any gods, wanna hop in the panel. If it's anybody who wanna, add on, they knowledge. Like I said, I'm forever a student. I'm forever a student, in the infinite universe. So I'm always, here to learn. That's essentially, this planet was originally here for schooling purposes, right? That's why they still use schools as a form of programming, because learning is nothing new, right? When you're really just, when you know self, about consciousness is always expanding, right? Evolution is everything is always vibrating. Energy is always vibrating and evolutionizing itself, right? It's always transmuting. So, when you understand what you are in your base form, which is energy, you begin to understand that you have to, once you really accept truth and light, and when you able to, be encompassed in your divine feminine darkness, which is your manifesting, energetic manifesting, time zones and shit like that, pretty much to where you can just use your law of attraction mechanisms. You can tap in using your higher senses. You can, like I said, you can navigate through this illusionary world with a little bit more ease, right? Even with the spiritual attacks that are constantly being thrown at you, the biochemical warfare that's being thrown at you, in every sense, form, or every angle, right? That's why I say angles, right? Because angles means angel or light. So every light spectrum, these beings are trying to attack us, but we're standing tall, right? We not sitting back no more, letting motherfuckers say what they want to say to us, treat us how they want to treat us. We're in a state of unity consciousness, right? Where all the earths, all the gods, all the goddesses, all the gods, all the high vibrational entities and beings, spiritual beings that are, in this realm, in this universe at this point, is all working in tandem, all working in symbiotic, connection with one another to really raise the consciousness, raise the ultimate vibration, so that we can, see that heaven. We can actually bring the heavens, because we are the heavens, right? We are an emulation of the heavens, right? We are crystalline beings, right? So that's what I mean when I say it's all mental, right? Use your discernment, right? But you want to be in a heaven state while we're here. So if we're all collectively, grasping the concept of this, and we're all literally ascending as one, as the all again, everybody's balanced, and we don't have any more ops here, right? We don't have any more Yacuubs, right? We don't have any more devils or archons or reptilians or any kind of malevolent forces here to, or devils or archons or reptilians or any kind of malevolent forces here to. Yeah, bro, he definitely got something on his mind for sure. Like, you could tell Yacuub was gonna be on some bullshit. Like, I don't even, like, hey, you look at this, hey, y'all, look, family, real fast. You see a nigga look like this, like, he gonna be on some shicey shit, right? He gonna be on some grimy shit. Come on, family, we know this, right? So it's no coincidence why black on black crime is a thing, right? Because you have so many different beings, Canaanites, right? You have all different Anunnakis, all kind of different Pleiadians, and it's so many different kind of beings here, right? But this motherfucker right here, you know what I'm saying? This person right here is in control. He wants to be in control of everything. He wants to be in control of all of us. And that's not what we stand for as gods. That's not what, especially when you going against the woman, right? This, I don't know if he couldn't, I don't know, you know what I'm saying? Maybe I might have to go back in the astral plans or something and get this answer. Not that it has anything to do with us. I don't know if he wasn't getting no ass or nothing. I don't know what the case may be to where he was so against females. Like I said, I mentioned earlier, in the heavens, Yacuub or Enlil, he wanted the power to be in the hands of the XY chromosome instead of opposed to the XX chromosome, right? Which is the mitochondria, divine, non-Etherean goddess. You have the X genes, right? Then you have the Y genes. He wanted it to be in the Y, and it just went from there, right? Of course, because it starts to build, and it starts to build from that, right? Because once entropy develops, once entropy starts, entropy pretty much is a disorder of energy, right? So it went from protons and electrons and neutrons, working in symbiotic connection, to the neutrons maybe, or the electrons, just venturing off, right? So you have a change in molecules, right? A change in composition of molecules. So molecules are converting from positive frequencies to lower vibrational frequencies, right? So this is the kind of like the internal subatomic process that kind of was taking place, and it began to take place in the galaxies. It began to take place in these beings, and this being right here, he fell and he became in a state of desolation himself, of disconnection, right? Of imbalancement. Even like I'm telling y'all, family, like these are beings that are kin, that are not kin as far as like, hey, you see this nigga Yacuub dap him up, but I'm just saying, like we all come from the same place, essentially we were all a part of the all, right? If you want to talk about Allah, which is arm, leg, arm, head, right? That's all it means. It's the blueprint of life, right? The God body, right? The God physique. The original Allah is the woman, right? Because the woman is the original creator, family, right? Ashe. Hey, no, Yacuub, the base for is in Switzerland. There's CERN laboratory. That's the headquarters for the Draconian reptilians, family. That's in the same area as the Bermuda Triangle. There's no I can't make the shit up. There's no coincidence. You know what I'm saying? That's why you had, a couple years ago, one of their biggest tactics, the CERN, they tried to they were looking for ways to different to open up portals to get to a different realm. Remember that, family? I don't know if y'all remember that, but CERN, they turned on their large hadron collider. They turned on their large hadron collider a couple years ago. I think it was 2022. And it's the process of smashing protons and electrons together, and those energies being pushed together creates the tetrahedron energy, which is able to tear space, dematerialize space and time in itself. So it's able to take you to a new time and space, pretty much. So like I said, they were using the God particle as well, right? This is all research you could do yourself. They were using the Higgs ion, the Higgs ion, right? You have the personification of these energies being amalgamated, being combined, and they're using the God particle, which is the essence of the universe, which is the melanated woman's genes, essentially, right? The creator gene. They use the creator gene. They called it antimatter. They were looking for antimatter. They used the creator gene. They called it antimatter. They were looking for antimatter. You have the inner earth. You have the Agartha. You have all these different realms, right? Because planet Kai, like we live in realms, right? We live in this particular realm is encased inside of a prism, right? Metatron's cube. We're under a spell, under a light code lockdown, right? That's where you get the personification of the Matrix from. But shit, you might be related to Yacuub. Hey, he do look like KSI though. Hey, no cat. Word up though, family. Word up, family. Hey man, let me tap in with y'all comments, man. Hey, let me take the time to appreciate everybody real fast, man. Let me stop in my tracks. Appreciate all of the beings that we have, all the high vibrational beings that we got tapped in right now. Peace to all of the goddesses, peace to all of the gods, much love, light, darkness, chaos, family. Right? Because we are in the year 8, family. We are in the year 8. If you want to attain the 12 jewels, if you want to, the blueprint, the elixir of life, you want your kundalini energy to rise, you want your third eye open, family. You want to be tapped into esoteric knowledge to the point to where you become a teacher, you know what I'm saying? And you can literally just watch the vibration raise. You can watch the ascension. You can feel the ascension, family. Like, if you want to be on that type of time, family, just tune in, But self-awareness is where it starts. Learn knowledge yourself, family. You can listen all day to anybody, watch all these videos. You can do all this, but it's the best teacher of self is self, family. Okay? So, we here to plant seeds, right? But you have to water, you have to be your own water, family. You water yourself, essentially, right? Or you tap in with the ancestors, right? Tap in with your higher selves. But, as a collective though, we're vibrating as one. We're on different resonant frequencies, but It's all about the love, family. As long as we all tapped in, heart chakras in alignment, we all tapped in, spreading the information, staying ready so we don't got to be ready, spreading the righteous information, the right overstandings. And, just like I said, man, we all working in symbiotic connection at this point, because we have beings like this big head person right here, right? The scientist Yacuub, right? Enlil or Zeus or Jesus, whatever. This is, like I said, for people who are just not tapping in, it might be all kind of religious people in here by now. It might be all kind of agents, robots, NPCs, all in the comments. Honestly haven't really been paying too much attention, but, family, we here, and we here to expose. We're here to expose. Like, right? You feel me? Hey, on his ass in the comments, though. You feel me? Family. We're rising, though. Y'all been peeping. This big-headed person right here has been a person. Just imagine going to sleep and remembering this face before you go to sleep every night. And understand that this was the person that had you in a chokehold your whole existence. Right? Want that how you fucked up for real, family? Like, just real rep, family. Like, real 333 family. Hey, no, real shit though, family. Like, sit here really fast, family. Like, let's sit here and indulge in this moment right now. Think of this picture, this visual, this illustration every night, family. Every night. This is the person that had you, your grandparents, and your ancestors in a chokehold. Like family. Like I can't make this shit up, right? So it's like, but laughter is a part of transmutation, right? It's a part of transmutating and tapping into the higher octave frequencies that are within you, and they're in the ethers, but you're transmuting, like dark humor and things like that. Like, we've, as a supreme melanated race, we've been through the darkest shit, right? So it's only right that we encompass, that natural, just law of transmutation as far as laughter. Like, we love to laugh. Laughter is a part of the, it's a high vibrational frequency, family. Like, and it literally keeps you young. Literally. Like, I can't make it's science behind the shit. So that's why I just wanted to, kind of roast this man real fast, and we can go from there, right? But all jokes aside, family, like, we the sun, has been emitting these coronal mass ejections that are upgrading the DEA, the deoxyetheric acid, the genetical molecular structure of man, the Homo sapiens sapien, as far as the God body, the Christ consciousness, the God mind, the 9 ether melanated faculties, neurologically and physiologically. So, family, they still on his ass in the comments, bro. Like, oh man, I love y'all, family. You know what I'm saying? Like, but this is what I'm talking about. This is the type of vibrations I'm with, though. Like, because we can really turn this live into a whole blaze. We can really digress from the seriousness of it all, and we can really just blaze this nigga for the rest of the live. What y'all want to do, family? Like, I'm here for y'all. What y'all want to do, right? Because, like I said, imagine going to sleep every night looking at this picture before you show your kids. Imagine showing your kids this picture every night, family, and be like, this is like, this is the person who, this is why we fucked up, essentially, right? Like, like, come on, family. Like, y'all trying to just blaze this man or what? Like, I'm with it, family. Go off then. Do y'all big ones, right? Do y'all big ones, family. See, and this is why I love my people, right? This is why, because like I said, if you understand eschatology, right, which is the study of the end times, right? If you're religious, you know, and even if you're spiritual, right, we know what's going on, right, in the world. We're conscious, we're aware. We know there are Ethereans here. We know it's a galactic, cosmic, planetary shift. You know, we know the sun is doing this thing. We know because like I said, if you understand eschatology, right, which is the study of the end times, right? If you're religious, you know, and even if you're spiritual, right, we know what's going on, right, in the world. We're conscious, we're aware. We know there are Ethereans here. We know it's a galactic, cosmic, planetary shift. You know, we know the sun is doing this thing. We know Mother Gaia is doing her thing. We know activation of the God gene is near. We know that when we're here in a safe space like this to be able to really like sit here and reflect and laugh about, you know, the bullshit that we've endured, because this is family. Like, this is all we ever do, family. Like, just think about it. You know, even when you're in your low vibrational state, right? The shit that you would laugh at eventually, like when you really get into conversations with yourself or your homies, your friends, your spouse, whomever it may, you know, be, like you're reflecting and you're, you know, just like turning a new leaf, right? You're taking the negative and transmuting it to a positive. Like, this is what we naturally do. This is what I mean. Like, this is what we naturally do, family. You know, so like, I appreciate everybody who tapping in, you know, and who just vibrating, you know, who just still on the righteous frequency, family, because we all tapped into the God ciphers right now, family. Our ciphers are immense and they're powerful and they're amalgamating right now, and we're all interconnected, family, and it's all love. It's all love, family. Peace, 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 family. Much love to everybody who tapping in. To my 9 Ethereum beautiful goddesses, man, all of y'all. To all the gods, man. You know, like I said again, I'm gonna always show my credence, my gratitude, because, you know, if it wasn't for the collective, the masses, you know, it would make my mission, you know, less relevant. You know, not to say that I'm not relevant in the universe, but I'm saying as far as this particular mission, right? You know, like I said, because we all have a central role to play. That's also a part of a galactic universal law. We all have central roles to play. You feel me? We all have our roles to play. So, you know, I'm doing mines, and like I said, I'm in the energy of gratitude for, you know, being able to be on this platform and share this platform with all of you. And, you know, like, we just really get to vibe out, you know, like they still on his ass type shit. I'm vegan. I don't know. Yeah, I know Rashad Jamal. I don't love Yacuub. He made you, buddy, for sure. He grafted you in the pot for sure. He made you, buddy, for sure. He grafted you in the pot for sure. You know, I'm really just replying to some of these comments out loud, family. Yeah, this is the father of civilization as far as mankind. There's a difference between mankind. Mankind is a kind of man, right? It's not the original Homo sapiens sapien. He created Homo erectus through genetically splicing, right? Yeah, he's a fallen mixed breed Anunnaki mixed with reptilian and Anunnaki in the pot for sure. You know, I'm really just replying to some of these comments out loud, family. Yeah, this is the father of civilization as far as mankind. There's a difference between mankind. Mankind is a kind of man, right? It's not the original Homo sapiens sapien. He created Homo erectus through genetically splicing, right? Yeah, he's a fallen mixed breed Anunnaki mixed with reptilian and Anunnaki. All right, y'all see how big his head is, family? My nigga KaeRae in the flesh, for sure. You feel me, family? I say. Y'all so funny, man. I love y'all. I love my people for sure. Proof of what? Nah, we don't fuck with Yacuub family. If y'all been in here for this for however whatever increment or duration you've been in this live, if you've been in here for a certain amount of time, you already know we've been on his ass this entire time, family. You know, this literally been the same picture that's been up since I started this live, and you know, we got kind of just been, you know, a little bit of everywhere with it. He's a fallen god. This scientist Yacuub, he's a fallen cherubim, which is your personification of the fallen Anunnaki, part of the fallen angels. So there's such thing, like we don't be. That's the thing, man. When it comes to you religious people or all the people with the misinformation, we not saying, like, us people with knowledge, we not saying that. We're literally not saying that there's no such thing as fallen angels, demons, all, because we know what all that. We know what all these entities actually are. You know, we know the metaphysical subatomic structure of these beings as well. You know, we know what vibrations and frequency these beings are on. So, you know, it's not that we don't believe in it, or, you know, it's the fact that we know, right? We know things because we actually do our fucking research. You know what I'm saying? We actually are being guided by our, you know, our higher selves, the actual, you know, source creators, the divine ancestors of ours, which are also ancient gods. So, this is, like I said, fam, this is Yacuub. He had to cut up a few sheep to pay for his god. Oh man, family. Yeah, family. Y'all hilarious, man, in the comments, man. I'm rocking with the live right now, family. Honestly. Bro said us people with knowledge. I'm from Yacubistan. Man. Family. So how are y'all, where are y'all at, man, as far as you know, y'all perceptions or opinions as far as what's going on in terms of the world right now? You know, like, what's y'all, where y'all at with it? Because it's given, for me, it's given progression. Because to be able to overstand and to be able to be around so many activated, you know, God minds, Godheads on a daily now, it just means that the actual consciousness shift is, you know, is more legit than what you could ever, you know, actually perceive. You have to be the actual observer of it, right? You have to actually be quantum jumping throughout times, throughout higher timelines, becoming better versions of yourself to actually be able to internalize, not only internalize these informations, get these downloads, receive these downloads, spread these downloads, but also to be able to just be, you know, on a timeline where it's the most, you know, esoteric, you know, most profound, you know, most glorifiable. Like, there are so many, like, there's so much good, you know, so many different high positive vibrations, like so many events that are happening across the planet right now that, you know, people may be afraid of, but I'm looking at all this shit like, yes, you know, I'm looking at all people looking at this cataclysm, volcanoes, all these storms and solar flares. Like, people are afraid of this, but look, family, there's nothing to be afraid of, right? Right? Are you understanding yet? There's nothing to fear, family. This is all us. You know, nothing is being done to you, is being done for you, family. Understand that we are in a time of you know, restoration. We are in a time of genetic synchronicities to where the God mind, the God bodies are now being activated and you are becoming one with self, with the all again, right? You're quantum entangling your being activated, and you are becoming one with self, with the all again, right? You're quantum entangling your being into a reality to where you can actually now reap and be the generator, operator, destroyer of that universe, right? Of your universe. But you get to reap the benefits of ascension, right? Of a heaven crystalline state type of consciousness, right? You get to actually experience joy, right? You get to experience luxury without fear, without pain, without anger, without regression, without de-evolution, without dehumanization, without fluoride in your water, without, oxidated air, right, family? Are you understanding? Without biological chemical warfare, right? Without division, without conquering, right? Without just lust and low vibrations. You get to literally experience another polarity, which is the original polarity. Everything is everything is going back to its natural way, family. So the form of recrystallization and terraforming is literally nothing but a form of rebirth. It's a form of destruction. It's a form of death. It's a form of build, destroy, right? Because in order to build, you have to first destroy what would no longer serve purpose, right? So it's also an amalgamation, and it's also conducive to, the Fibonacci sequence, right? You understanding? The Fibonacci sequence essentially is, the inevitability of a consciousness shift, a grand awakening. You can do this research yourself, family, and it's all about waves, right? The Fibonacci sequence is all about waves. It's all about vibrations, right? And we still on his ass in the comments with the big ass head, right? Yo, family, I'm digging the vibe. Like I said, I'm not really paying attention to I'm not unintentionally not trying to reply to y'all comments or whatever. I'm just, flowing right now. Getting these downloads out. Spirit wanted me to go live and do this topic and kind of just, voice myself, try to do some conscious work, the great work, do my part in it tonight. So I just felt like I feel like I should be thanking y'all right now. Like I said, I'm always in a state of gratitude because my people are amazing. My people are powerful. We are my people are amazing. My people are powerful. We are everything, everywhere, all at once. We are supreme. We are omnipotent. We are the creators, the foundation of civilizations. Across the vast, infinite, boundless universes. You understanding yet, family? You understand that there's no coincidence why we've been centrally being attacked. There are parasitical invaders. There are beings here that are shape-shifting their forms. There are beings here that are putting you under states of hypnosis, through different light spectrums. There are beings here that are trying to galvanize your mind. There are beings here that are killing, trafficking, indoctrinating. Just everybody's playing their role on that side of the polarity, right? Because in the duality that we exist in, duality isn't really a structure of ours, at least as far as how you want to look at it from a third dimensional perspective, right? Because all these different, when you get to the lower dimensions, everything is different. Like, nothing makes sense essentially. Like I said, because you're becoming closer to being a one-dimensional being. You're getting more and more closer, is more and more entropy, right? The faller and lower your vibration is, the more entropy and chaos you suffer from mentally. So that's why his head is this damn big. This is called entropy, family. Hey, look, family, no cap. This is what entropy looks like. You know what I'm saying? At least for Yacuub himself, right? Because, I'm not going to bash everybody with big heads. You know what I'm saying? Because we have the Dunaki tribe. We have we have many different extraterrestrial beings with big heads, in general. So we're not, we don't look at everybody as beautiful, right? But as far as this big head motherfucker in particular right here is, you know what I'm saying? Like, no, he don't get no glory for having a big head. You know what I'm saying? Like, your head is big because you a fucking asshole. Like, what the hell? Family, but like, are you understanding that we are shifting these vibrations, and we are aligning these vibrations so we could really have a genuine, and gratifiable edification, right? We want to edify and to be able to deviate from fear mongering. We want to be able to deviate and we want to be able to get away from all the lower negative ways of thinking, right? Thought forms, right? Because, like I said, thoughts create reality. So if you're in a state of you just taking shit too serious all the time, and like, you're in an asshole, one-dimensional, two-dimensional, three-dimensional state of consciousness, family, is gonna, you just taking shit too serious all the time, and like, you're in an asshole, one-dimensional, two-dimensional, three-dimensional state of consciousness, family, is gonna, you're not gonna see much evolution in yourself. Because one doesn't know self when he's stuck in 3D, and that's just that. You know what I'm saying? That's law. You hear me? When you stuck in entropy, like when you got a big ass head like this, when you got a lot to say, like bro said, he got a lot on his mind, right? Are you understanding? Are you understanding that Yacuub had a lot to say, and he just held it all in, and he was just, like, fuck it, I'm just gonna create mankind, I'm gonna create slaves, and I'm gonna start a war against women in the heavens, and I'm gonna go against the order of Anu, because my head is big as hell, right? Like, at this point, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's how we gonna look at this cat, right? Because all skin folk ain't kinfolk, right? Stuck in entropy. You hear me? Like, family. He's he's a thinker, right? Yo, God. Yo, man. Peace to all the goddesses and all the gods in the chat, man. I genuinely do appreciate y'all tonight, man. But we we kicking it off right now, man. We kicking it off. Yeah, this is Jacob. Like I said, many names, many lifetimes, right? We've all lived billions, probably trillions of lifetimes, family. Like I said, we melanated beings. We are the alpha and omega, right? 19. When you get this symbology of 19, right? Yeah, this is Lucifer, right? Or no, not or Shaitan, right? Because yeah, I mean he governs his laws under Luciferian principles, though, right? But the Luciferian goddess, was actually the original Luciferian, right? Just like like I said, the goddesses reign supreme over their ciphers before gods did, right? So yeah, but yeah, that's definitely but yeah, devils, Lucifers. This is all his shit, essentially, right? This is all Yacuub. This is the god of Saturn, family. This is Baphomet. This is Moloch. This is Baal. This is this is Prometheus. This is Zeus. You feel me? His blonde day said, I ain't breathing. He said, not with that. Shit, we can adopt. No, but yeah, I was saying, family, 19, right? Alpha and Omega. We are the beginning and the end. We have no beginning or no end. We are literally everything. We are the essence of the universe. So, like I said, if you want to get into the lightest atom, right, hydrogen, or and you want to go into the actual molecule or nuclei, right, right, and you got quark particles and you got Zell particles, lighter than the hydrogen atom, or and you want to go into the actual molecule or nuclei, right, right, and you got quark particles and you got Zell particles, lighter than the hydrogen atom, right? Everything you've already thought, I've already thunk of. Nah, for real. Nah, but everybody, this is the personification. This is Yacuub. For everybody who just not tapping in. This live is pretty much predicated to about just going over who this guy is, why he's doing what he's doing, and our involvement and our direct connection to, this his agenda and how our agendas go against one another. This is good versus evil, right? If you want to, look at it, if you want to frame a reference, right? This is an enemy, right? Yacuub, Enlil, right? Shaitan or Hallel, right? Like I said, you go back to Kemetic Kemetic doctrines, Kemetic manuscripts, our original doctrines, our tablets, you got like things like the story of Enki and Enlil, right? We're at war. Enlil literally means God of the sky, right? That's why he called himself y'all Sky Daddy, right? This is why he calls himself y'all Sky Daddy. This is a guy that's in the fucking sky that's just going to open up the sky one day and start judging people, right? That's pretty much all religion people are waiting on. Y'all waiting on a random person that nobody ever seen, right? The God of the Bible, right? This is what y'all waiting on. Y'all waiting on this big-headed person right here. This is what y'all have to look forward to. Everybody in religion, stop what y'all doing. Screenshot this right now. This is a personification of who you think your God, who you think is going to open up the sky and take you to eternal peace. Right? Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. Like, yep. God of Saturn, the Metatron's cube, black cube. You break a cross down. What do you have? A cube, right? Like I said, because a cube represents the prism, right? A prism is a energy electrical constrictor, right? So it constricts and it constricts the electricity. So that's why like you have like when you study sacred geometry, right? You know what I'm saying? The study of shapes, right? A prism, that cube like energy, right? It transmutes and it pretty much deactivates, right, that electricity because how it's actually built type shit, like a cube, right? Like how our houses are built, how all the energy centers are built. Like they're all built for a certain reason, to control and galvanize a certain energetic force. Because you have centrifugal energy and you have centripetal energies, right? The energies of pulling and forcing energies. Then you have, primary creative energies, right? Before space and time matter, right? You have secondary creation energies and you have third creational energies before light, before darkness. You have before sound, before vibration, before actual being, right? So you're gonna bring it back to the original gases, right? The original metals or gases or plasma energy. Like this all dates back to, this all predates the atomites, right? This is pre-atomic esoteric information that's being discussed right now, family. But yeah, no, I'm not gonna lie. I'm definitely freestyling right now. That's kind of, like I say, cause this panel, this particular video, it was just essentially about the generalization of exposing, the deep state cabal, Enlil and his clique, Yacuub, just pretty much here dropping jewels, talking my shit, having fun with the tribe. Anybody, if this isn't resonating with anybody, y'all more than welcome to get out. I have no problems though. Energies our vibrations are high, and I fuck with I'm vibrating and resonating with whoever frequencies are in alignment with mine, right? Because this is through the law of attraction. This is through the magnetic my electromagnetic spectrum, my electromagnetic frequency is attracting yours and same. So if you're here vibrating on this frequency, is much gratitude at the end of the day. But if it's not resonating, if the information isn't resonating, then hey, shit, it's whatever. I'm still here to drop my jewels, and I'm here to do the great work. So talk about higher dimensional beings other than him. I mean, they're like in terms of who, right? Because you want to talk about like higher vibrational beings, entities, like what we were talking about, like Egyptian, Kemetic gods, like what's no beings, entities, like what we were talking about, like Egyptian, Kemetic gods, like what are we, and yeah, again, much gratitude, peace to all the goddesses and all the guys who tapped in, man. Much love, much gratitude. I hope I was able to reach, or just, whether you already knew all this information or this was information that you were seeking, even if you didn't learn anything, I still appreciate the energy, because regardless if it was negative or unwanted, it was transmuted when it entered my cipher, my supreme cipher of harmony, solitude, tranquility, and balance and love. So regardless of what kind of energy you're on, I appreciate all who came in and listened and vibed out with me. Y'all can hit me up, anytime. I'm a reachable God on this platform. I'm not one of those, I'm still learning. You feel me? I just consider myself a student teacher. That's all. But I'm still learning, from the brightest, the most metaphysical God bodies, the God minds there are, in this realm right now. I follow the smartest and the wisest, so the most intellectual. So again, I appreciate everybody who tapped in, family. Much love, much light.